Hello, welcome back to another video. Back with another digital one. I'm just kind of bouncing them back and forth because it seems like the most convenient at this point, so yeah. I cut a couple of the sketches out that I did in this one, but it was only near the end that I started feeling that way when I start sketching a lot and it's a lot faster. So once I reached that point, I didn't have any more time left, and I ended up drawing in my sketchbook later that evening. So yeah, I didn't get to show you what being warmed up is really like, but that's okay. I was still glad to have drawn as much as I did. I just started out with something random. I drew the head shape, and then I really wanted to draw a hat. I was watching a movie at the time, which is one of my favorite things to do. If I am sketching mindlessly, I love just turning on a movie. And I hadn't watched one in a while, and I get really sad when I don't watch movies. I decided to watch Constantine, the one with Keanu Reeves, because I have loved that movie forever, and I really like the blue cast in movies, so it was between that and like Wolfman and a couple others that I really love. But I've been dying to watch Constantine, so I actually really need to get it on disc because I don't have it. I don't have the physical copy of it, and I hate not having physical copies. And I love my Blu-ray player, so. But yeah, that's what I was watching at the time. I've actually watched that movie before a few years ago, and I would just stop and draw the stills from it just for fun. And I actually drew those on Mischief too. Which was very nice at the time. It was very relaxing. I don't mind doing that kind of stuff. Especially when it comes to just compositional studies. I don't mind doing that. I actually recently, I've mentioned doing it for such a long time, and it never really panned out. There always ended up being something that I had to buy that year, or something that I had to do, or whatever. But I'd been talking about getting computer parts for my desktop forever. And my brother and I change all of our parts together. We build our PCs, take them down, switch out parts, and do the cooling crapola all the time. So yeah, it had been a few years since I changed parts on mine because I knew that I had reached basically the end of what my motherboard could handle. I would have to completely change out everything again to make that work, and my last update didn't even allow me to upgrade to Windows 11, so I'm pretty behind the times, and I know that they're not going to be updating Windows 10 anymore starting at some point this year, I believe. So yeah. I kind of knew I was running out of time anyway, but it was so expensive, and with all of the work stuff being up in the air so much, I would rather just save as much as I can. But when it came down to it, I knew a lot of parts were about to go up in price, and they were having like a half off sale on the i9, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just like go for it. And originally I thought I'll just buy the parts as they go on sale. And then the more I looked at it, and the more I looked at the amount of stuff that was on sale and everything, and just thought about what a pain it was to worry about it all of the rest of the year, I just bought it. So, am I having mad regrets? Only sometimes. Mostly I'm just like, it'll be good. It'll be good, because my desktop was slowing down quite a bit, and I don't want it to reach the point that it did the last time I changed it out, where it wouldn't even turn on. So yeah, basically just doing a rebuild at this point. I even had to get a new tower, which kind of sucks because I love my ABS battle box, but it's fine. So now I'm just waiting on those parts to come in, which sucks because I think when they come in, I'm going to be super busy for days. So I'm going to have to sync up my schedule with my brother's schedule so that we can build it together. just because we like to. We can build them by ourselves. We just like to do it together. So, yeah, there it is. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully that speeds up my internet because I'll have a new Wi-Fi guy and everything, and it'll upgrade my Wi-Fi, I think, to Wi-Fi 7 or something like that. Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7. I can't remember, but I know that helped my brother out quite a bit, and it definitely helps when you're trying to upload things, so that will be nice. Yeah, I was just drawing random stuff. Trying to get body positions and stuff back in my brain. I'm not drawing from anything. These are all not referenced. They're just from my head or from memory or whatever. And I was just drawing guys with smoke heads. I don't have the smoke quite the way I want it. I need to practice like the billowing so that it turns out the way I want. That guy didn't even try. I'll be honest. Yeah, I forget things very quickly. And as I'm drawing, it starts coming back to me. It's no big deal, but in the moment it's very frustrating because it just feels like you'll never remember and everything's so stiff and it makes you want to quit when you're drawing. But that's kind of the point where you want to push through because you get into the easier stuff. So this is when I started drawing a character of mine, and his name is Skinner, and he wears a rabbit helmet thing. Giant mask. And he's part of a group that they all wear animal masks. I mean, this is not, you know, I don't know. It's pretty cliche. There's tons of stuff like this now, but it is kind of like a weird gang kind of thing. You don't mess with them. But even they don't know what each other look like under the masks. They have agreed to be a part of stuff. They were in charge of their own little parts of the city at one point or another. And they all wear animal heads, but he's the only one who wears one that is not a predator. So everyone else is like, you know, Cobra and well, there's two snakes. There's Cobra and Viper, and one's a dude and one's a chick. And then the tiger guy and all the stuff. And they kind of like know each other's names to a point. But yeah. Skinner's the only one who is he's kind of thin and lean and trouble. He's a troublemaker, of course. And yeah, a lot of people think that they can mess around with him, but he's just not to be messed with. He's got a really bad temper. Like, for the most part, he's a chill guy, but if you mess with him, he is dangerous. So, yeah. For the most part, just like partying, having fun, doing his own thing kind of dude. Annoying people is his favorite. So, yeah. But everybody knows, even within their group, that he's not somebody that you mess with. Joking is one thing, but yeah. Don't want to provoke him. So there's actually a part in his story where this dude's looking for one of the other guys, and yeah, Skinner's like, I'm not telling you anything, dude. And that guy gets mad and thinks he can, you know, I don't know, make him scared, I guess, which is never gonna happen. And yeah, he learns. Yeah, I'm just starting to think about my poses and what my character's doing and kind of more of what I want him to look like. I've drawn him on and off a few times before, but not loads, so I change it every now and again when it's been a while. I've drawn him in a mask holding a guitar at like a rock show before. But that's, yeah, it changed a lot. I used to give him a mask that like fully emoted. But when I was drawing this one, I just thought it would be nice if you just fully couldn't even see their eyes. You couldn't see anything. They're very much concealed. There's no emotion, there's no nothing, so you don't even know what you're gonna get. I just gave him the X's on the eyes because I thought when you stand back, it would look really funny. And it does look funny, or it looks funny to me. And then I decided to give him really loose jeans. I was almost going to give him cargo pants, but I decided against it. I didn't want to draw the pockets 80 times, so decided against it for this. And this is when I started to decide, you know, I'll draw like a couple little moments. They're just going to be super sketchy. Immediately messing up the X's because that's my MO. Yeah, this is where the guy's kind of grabbing him up. He's like, tell me where he is, Skinner. But he's not gonna say anything because he's not a narc, so joke's on you, buddy. I love drawing like this, where you're just thinking about stuff that happens in the story and then doing little scribbles to show it. I mean, you're not trying to do anything cinematic. It's nothing special. It's just fun. And it gets you thinking about it a little bit more. Then I get a little bit faster kind of as I go. So this is me starting to get a little bit more warmed up. I'm able to get into my own head. I'm thinking about what I want to make things look like, what kind of scenes I want to draw, all that fun stuff. My character. And that's the kind of drawing that, I don't know, makes me feel energized. Makes me excited to draw. Even though I'm about to go to work again on Monday and I'm gonna be so sore again. Trying to make him look menacing. So he's like, it seems you don't know about my legendary short temper. And someone on the side's like, I told him not to piss off the bunny. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day or night, and bye.